this tutorial we're going to learn about the concept of abstract classes in Java. So here you can see in the Eclipse IDE I have created an example here. You can see here that this is the class shape and it has a function which is the void area function, and we do not know at this moment what the shape will be. We don't know how to implement this function, so I will just write here area not defined. So if you will see here that I've created a class rectangle, square and a circle class, and all these classes inherits properties from the shape class. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to override this function area in all these classes, or I should say in all of these subclasses. So the problem arises here. So let's suppose the programmer forgets to implement this function area, or I should say the programmer forgets to override this function area in a particular function. So even if you will run this program at this moment, so whenever you will create the object of this rectangle class and then you will call the area function, then it will, even if it does not have the area function, it is going to call the area function of its superclass. So what we want here is we want a feature that will just restrict this rectangle to must implement or to must override this void area function, because you see that this class will have no use if it cannot calculate the area of the rectangle. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to use the concept of abstract classes, and abstract classes are basically classes that have at least one abstract method, and an abstract method is a method that does not have an implementation. So that basically means that an abstract class is made to be extended. So it is made to be extended, and the method, the abstract method inside the abstract class, is made to be overridden or to be implemented by the subclasses. And if any subclass forgets to override the abstract method, then it will throw an error in here. So let's make this class abstract by using the keyword abstract like this. And you can see here that if you want to make any class abstract, it is just an abstract class is just an simple class, but it must have an abstract method. So let's make this area function as abstract, and remember that this area function cannot have any implementation. So I'm going to write it like this. So now you can see here that I have created an abstract class, and we are extending this abstract class. And whenever class it will be mandatory for the subclass to implement this abstract method. In C++, this method is known as virtual method or a pure virtual function. In Java, it is an abstract method. So you can see here that it is showing an error here, which you will have to implement this, or you will have to override this function area. So if the programmer now forgets to implement or to override this function area, then his program won't run. So that's the main use of abstract classes in Java. If we want to make sure that each and every subclass of a superclass, so let's suppose there is a superclass here and it has some subclasses, just like in this example. So if you will create you will have to create a abstract method in this abstract class, and all the subclasses, it becomes mandatory for all the subclasses to override this function area. So that's all. That's the main concept behind the abstract classes. In the next video, we're going to cover interfaces in Java, and we will see how interfaces provide a very nice feature in Java. So thanks for watching.